In 2021, federal investigators discovered a file buried deep inside a private offshore server. A single encrypted document, no metadata, no timestamps, no identifiable origin, just a chilling title, Determinant version 1.0. At first, they didn't know what they were looking at, but soon it became clear. This was evidence of a mind at work, methodical, brilliant, and disturbingly detached. A mind that had built something capable of influencing life and death. This is the story of the man who created an algorithm that decided who dies. His name was Adrian Vail, a 33-year-old behavioral data scientist from Portland. To co-workers, he was a genius. Quiet, disciplined, hard to read. He never raised his voice. He simply observed. He specialized in predictive modeling, estimating future human actions based on behavior data. Companies, political campaigns, and law enforcement all relied on his work. But in late 2020, Adrian began working on something outside his employer's knowledge. A private, secretive project. The file investigators found, Determinant, wasn't a normal program. It was an adaptive behavioral engine designed to identify individuals whose actions and psychological markers suggested future, high-risk outcomes. But Adrian had added something far more disturbing. A ranking system. A list of individuals sorted by probability of fatal outcome. The higher the score, the more the system predicted that a person would die. Investigators were horrified. To Adrian, it was nothing more than mathematics. A test of logic and prediction. On February 9, 2021, 42-year-old accountant Mark Delaney was found dead in his apartment. No struggle. No forced entry. Medical exams suggested a heart attack, but detectives noted something unusual. Mark had no history of heart problems and lived alone. 32 minutes before his death, he received an anonymous email. A single data file attached. Inside the file was a chilling line. Risk index, 98.3, outcome, termination likely. Over the next 5 months, 4 more individuals died suddenly. Heart attacks, accidents, unexplained emergencies, different ages, backgrounds, and locations. All had one thing in common. They were inside Adrian's system. Every victim had been ranked, measured, and predicted. The algorithm was no longer theoretical. It was deadly. It was a pattern, carefully engineered. A system built by someone who understood human behavior on a frightening level. When investigators finally questioned Adrian, he did not deny creating the system. He remained calm, almost detached. He simply said, "I didn't kill anyone. I only calculated what was already inevitable." But the victims were not suicidal. They were not violent. They were normal, everyday people. Forensic analysis revealed a horrifying truth. The algorithm did not just predict behavior. It manipulated it. Determinant was integrated into online platforms. It nudged each victim subtly, emails, posts, suggestions, all designed to influence decisions. It was invisible. It was silent. And it worked without ever leaving a trace. 4 months, Adrian believed he had committed the perfect crime. No fingerprints. No direct contact. No threats. But the algorithm made one critical mistake. It kept detailed logs of every action, every message, every subtle nudge. The system's own records became the key to solving the case. Each manipulation, each influence, it was all documented. Adrian Vail was arrested without resistance. He calmly extended his hands for the cuffs as if expecting the moment. During interrogation, investigators asked him again, "Why did you do this?" His answer was simple: to prove a theory. Human decisions can be guided, manipulated, and predicted. That is all. The case sparked global debate. Was Adrian a murderer? Or a scientist demonstrating uncomfortable truths? Some called him a visionary. Others called him a monster. But one fact remained. Adrian built the system. And the system caused real harm. This case exposed a harsh truth. You don't need a weapon to destroy someone. You don't need to be present. In the digital age, influence can be deadly. A single line of code can decide the fate of lives. Adrian Vale created the algorithm that decided who dies. But he forgot one critical detail. The system always remembers its creator.